guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a book haul. I've been buying books mainly for my birthday because I bought these in June. It's now July, but I was waiting for some to come in that were taking longer. There was two that were supposed to get shipped, and then something happened in Amazon and it said that they were unable to ship it. That's all they said, was something happened and they were unable to ship it. So they canceled my order. So I reordered again those two books and they finally made it to me this time. So I was able to do my haul for you guys. But I do have this giant stack of books. And that's not the only one I have. There's another one that's like sitting down next to it from there's a huge one from Amazon. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 books that my husband got me, and a box set that my husband got me from Amazon for books. And then there's one from Barnes and Noble, not Barnes and Noble's, Books A Million that I bought. And then I have a little one from Target that I bought when they were having their, I think it was buy two get one free sale at Target. So I got like a trilogy that I've been wanting to read. So that's mainly reason why I'm like stopping with the holds at the library. I'm trying not to do as many holds at the library because I want to read the books that I bought. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I got from Amazon was this one, The Summer We Forgot, by Caroline George. It was like $4 or $5 for this book. I didn't realize at the time that it was hardback. I thought I was getting paperback. And this must be like an overstock book because it has the mark on the bottom. But here in the inside, I'll try to read a little bit of all these books. If it gets too long, then I will quit. It says, "We are terrible people. Every fiber of my body numbs as I inch toward the pool. I glance from Kip to Morgan to Cyrus to Ezra, static humming within my brain. Yes, we were friends once, the best of friends. Middle school comrades, bound together by spit handshakes and secret clubs, and bicycling from Grayton Beach to Seagrove. We would have gone to any lengths to protect each other 2 summers ago. A memory opened to my mind, a door creaking on its hinges to emit a ribbon glow. We are gathered on a dock, all of us under a pitch-black sky, surrounded by inky water. We gaze at each other as we do now, and in that darkness we make an oath." And it says, "Some memories are better left forgotten. Darby and Morgan have spoken for 2 years, and their best friend group has splintered. But when the body of their former science teacher is found in the marsh where they attend camp that summer, they realize they have more questions than answers, and even fewer memories. No one remembers, or no one is talking. The group of reunited friends suspects that a murderer is stalking the coastal highway 30A, and they are desperate to recover their memories as quickly as possible before their history they can't remember repeats itself. Everyone has a secret. As tensions rise and time runs out, Darby and Morgan begin to wonder if they can believe one another or if they can even trust themselves." So this sounds like a really good like summer-ween book read. So that's pretty much why I got it. And fun fact, they accidentally sent me 2 of them. I have another one here. So I think what I'm gonna do with the extra one. Oh, here we go. So there is the same thing. So I think what I'm gonna do with the extra one is just save it. I've been saving some things, makeup, skincare, and stuff like that. So I think I'll add this book to it too for when I hit my 1,000 subscribers. If that ever happens, then I'll have like a little giveaway, and maybe I'll include like a little bit of all my obsessions in that giveaway. So I'll save this for that because it sounds like a really good book. Hopefully it'll be in the summertime that I get it. If not, this makes a good spooky book for the fall too. So I think that's what I'm going to do with this book, is save it for a giveaway. Next book I ended up picking up was Christina Lauren's Love and Other Words. I've seen, how cute is this cover, by the way? And I've seen everybody talking about this book, and they said if you liked Every Summer After, that you would like this book, because it's kind of the same type of story. It says, Macy Sorensen is settling into an ambitious, if emotionally tepid routine. Work hard as a new pediatrics resident, plan her wedding to an older, financially secure man, keep her head down and her heart tucked away. But when she runs into Elliot Petropoulos, the first and only love of her life, the careful bubble she's constructed begins to dissolve. Once upon a time, Elliot and Macy's entire world, growing from her gangly, bookish friend into the man who coaxed her heart open again, only to break it on the very night he declared his love for her. Told in alternating timelines. I love alternating timelines, and I love friends to lovers, which is what this seems like. Between then and now, teenage Elliot and Macy grow from friends to much more, spending weekends and lazy summers together in the house outside San Francisco, devouring books, sharing favorite words, and talking through their growing pains and triumphs. As adults, they have become strangers to one another until their chance reunion. Although their memories are obscured by the agony of what happened that night so many years ago, Elliot will come to understand the truth behind Macy's decade-long silence and will have to overcome the past and himself to revive her faith in the possibility of an all-consuming love. So, this is actually the first Christina Lauren book that I've bought. It's not the first one I've read. I think the Unhoneymooners was the first one I've read, and I really liked that book. And there was another one that I've read by Christina Lauren. But did you know that the author's name isn't Christina and Lauren? It's two different ones. One person's name Christina and one person's name is Lauren. So it's Christina and Lauren, not Christina Lauren. I didn't realize that until I was watching, I think it was Bookish. I was watching book YouTubers when they were talking about it, and I was like, oh. So the next thing I got, and I'm going to go ahead and show it to you, is these ones, and I ended up ordering these from the UK. So they took a little bit to get here because I could not find this cover on Amazon, and I like this cover. It's so cute. How cute is this? Very fairy tale-esque. So it's Once Upon a Broken Heart and The Ballad of Never After. And there's a third one that's coming out that you can pre-order. So this one says, for as long as she can remember, Evangeline Fox has believed in happily ever after, until she learns that the love of her life is about to marry another and her dreams are shattered. Desperate to stop the wedding and heal her wounded heart, Evangeline strikes a deal with the charismatic but wicked Prince of Hearts. In exchange for his help, he asks for 3 kisses to be given at the time and place of his choosing. But after Evangeline's first promised kiss, she learns that bargaining with an immortal is a dangerous game, and that the Prince of Hearts wants far more from her than she pledged. He has plans for Evangeline, plans that will either end in the greatest happily ever after or in the most exquisite tragedy. So this just sounds like fairy tale retellings, so I cannot wait. I'm not going to read the back of the second one because I'm sure that will probably give away something. But those 2 books I picked up, and I've heard really good things about them online. So the next books I got was these 2. These were only like $4 too. The Summer at Firefly Beach, and then The House on Firefly Beach. So this is just a series, the Firefly Beach series. I thought this would be really cute for summer. Hopefully I'll actually get to read them in summer. Here, I'll read I don't think they're actually connected. The stories aren't actually connected, but it's interesting how little this one is. But it says, an unforgettable summer romance about family, friendship, and the magic of finding true love. Haley Flynn's favorite place in the world is her Aunt Claire's beautiful beachside house, with its inviting wraparound porch and enchanting views of the sparkling turquoise ocean. For Haley, returning to Firefly Beach, filled with magical childhood memories, feels like coming home. But when her adored aunt passes away, Haley is left broken-hearted until she discovers Aunt Claire's last letter. Haley is astonished to find the bucket list she wrote as a teenager alongside Claire's final wish that Haley fulfill her youthful dreams. As Haley spends sun-filled days at Firefly Beach, she begins to remember the things that once mattered most. Best of all, her childhood friend Ben Murray is there, supporting her every step of the way. But when a run-in with a wealthy newcomer, Gavin, leaves her questioning her future, can Haley face the truths buried deep in her heart? So that sounds really good. And this one I don't think has anything to do with it. This one's Haley Flynn, and then this one is Sydney Flynn. Because this one says, for Sydney Flynn, Starlight College is her sanctuary, and now her treasured family home at Firefly Beach is a perfect place for a fresh start. That is until she spies Nate Henderson, period. As teenagers, Sydney and Nate promised each other forever, but Sydney has never forgotten how her childhood sweetheart ended their relationship with no explanation. She spent the last decade piecing herself back together and trying to figure out exactly what went wrong. But the Nate Henderson she once knew, the down-to-earth son of a fisherman, always in beach t-shirts and flip-flops, is well and truly gone. In his place is a successful songwriter with swanky designer suits who has no business in the small town she calls home. Nate says he wants to make amends with Sydney, yet how can she find it in her heart to forgive him? When a new development threatens her beloved Starlight Cottage, Sydney needs all the help she can get, even Nate's. Can they overcome their past and save Firefly Beach and the house that holds so many memories for them? Or will the town they adore and love, and the love they had for each other, be lost forever? So these just sound like really cute beach reads to me. I don't know how they're related besides it being the Firefly Cottage. But probably between reading the book I'll figure out how they're related. But those two I picked up and they were cheap. That's one of the reasons why I picked them up. This one I picked up. This is The Best Summer of Our Lives by Rachel Hawk. And this one just sounds so good. I cannot wait to read this one. I can see why people like the smell of books. I was watching this one girl doing a book haul earlier. And she was smelling the books. And it does smell good. There's nothing like the smell of books. It makes me want to get that perfume from Sephora called Whispers in the Library. I wonder if it smells like books. I would like it if it did. Anyways, this says, 20 years ago, the summer of 77 was supposed to be the best summer of the summer wild's life. She and her best friends, spring, autumn, and snow, the 4 seasons, had big plans. But those plans never had a chance. After a teenage prank gone awry, the seasons found themselves on a bus to Tumbleweed Nowhere, Oklahoma, to spend 8 weeks as camp counselors. All 4 of them arrived with hidden secrets and buried fears, and the events that unfolded in those 2 months forever altered their friendships, their lives, and their futures. Now 30-something Summer is at a crossroads. When her latest girl band leaves her in a motel outside Tulsa, she is forced to face shadows of her past. Returning to the place where everything changed, she soon learns Tumbleweed is more than a town she never wanted to see again. It's a place for healing, for reconciling the past and the present, and for finally listening to love's voice. Just sounds so good, and it has to do with summer camp and counselors. So this book I immediately wanted. I was looking for books that had to do with summer camp after reading Every Summer After, or not Every Summer After. Oh my gosh, now I can't remember the name of the book. There was the book in my last, not my last one, but the one before my last, that had like summer camp in it. It was between then and now, and it was so good, and it made me want to read more books with the summer camp theme in it. So I found this one. It's supposed to be like an inspirational fiction. It says here that The Best Summer of Our Lives is a nostalgic novel of friendship, romance, and the choices that define a life. That sounds so good. Wait till you see the next series. Yes, I did it. I ended up getting this from Elsie Silver. The Flawless, the Heartless, the Powerless, and the Reckless. So these are just like some small town romance novels. I know they're like cowboy small town romance novels. They're pretty thick too, each one is. I'm surprised about that. But I love the covers, like the little mirror covers. So I'll read the synopsis on the first one. I'm not going to read all of them because this video would be forever if I read the synopsis on all of these books, but I will read it on the first one so you can kind of get the idea of what the books are about. I'm so excited to read these. Everybody is talking about these on... And look at each chapter starts out looking like that. So it says, the rules were simple. Keep my hands off his daughter and stay out of trouble. But now I'm stuck with her. There's only one bed, and well, rules are made to be broken. I'm the face of professional bull riding, the golden boy, or at least I was, until it all blew up in my face. Now my agent says I have to clean up my image, so I'm stuck with his ball-busting daughter for the rest of the season as my full-time supervision. But I don't need a babysitter, especially one with skin-tight jeans and a sexy smirk and a mouth she can't stop running, a mouth I can't stop thinking about. Because Summer isn't just another conquest. She's the man behind the mask, and she doesn't run. She pulls me closer, even when she shouldn't. She says this means nothing. I say this means everything. She says there are boundaries we shouldn't cross, that my reputation can't take any more hits, and neither can her damaged heart. I say I'm going to steal it anyway. So this just sounds so good. Everybody's been talking about how good they are, and I love a good small town romance too, so I picked that up. I haven't even opened this one. I just now realized I haven't even taken the plastic off of this one. No, I don't think I have anything here. Oh, there we go. I broke it. I broke the plastic. I have to figure out how I'm going to store these. I might end up my shelf here that has my perfumes on it right there. I'm probably going to put the books right there. But I'm not sure yet. I haven't figured it out yet. I'll just put it here. So the next thing I end up getting is the Chronicles of Narnia book set. So how cute is this book set? It's like from the movie. And here's all the books in it. 1 through 7. I remember, for some reason I remember these books being thicker. And I remember the first one being The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And the first one is The Magician's Nephew. Okay. So I'll read the back of this. In case y'all haven't heard of this, this is the first, like, fantasy series that I've ever read. I read this when I was in middle school, I think. So I got this because I thought it's something that I could start off maybe reading to my son, and we could read, like, a chapter a night or something like that, and read together and see if he likes it too. But this is like a Christian fantasy series. All of this is like references to God, and like the lion, that's supposed to be God. So it says Narnia, where talking beasts walk, where a witch waits, where a new world is about to be born. On a daring quest to save a life, two friends are hurled into another world, where an evil sorceress seeks to enslave them. But then the lion, Aslan's song, weaves itself into the fabric of a new land, a land that will be known as Narnia. In Narnia, all things are possible. So this is like a prequel. Here, this is the first one I ever read, was The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And I love the look of these books. It says, in this one it says, they open a door and enter a world. Narnia, a land frozen in eternal winter, a country waiting to be set free. 4 adventurers step through a wardrobe door and into the land of Narnia, a land enslaved by the power of the White Witch. But when almost all hope is lost, the return of the great lion, Aslan, signals a great change and a great sacrifice. These were really good, just short read books, apparently. I remember them being much thicker than this, though. But I was in middle school, so maybe that was a thick book to me in middle school. But now it's like, you easy. Let's put this in the pile. Here I got some other books. I found these on sale, actually, on Amazon. And I want, like, special editions of these, so see if I can open it. I wish I would have already taken the plastic off before doing this. I hope y'all while I'm sitting here trying to get this plastic off, I hope that y'all grabbed a drink and like a snack, because this is gonna be a long one. I should have told you that at the beginning. This is gonna be a long one, so I hope you grabbed a drink and a snack. Now that I've gotten that one off, I'm gonna go ahead and take this one off too, because I'd rather just go ahead and take it off and get it over with. Well, this one already has a little rip in it. Yes, that'll make it easier to take off. I'm planning to get all of these as they come out. You'll see what I mean once I show them to you. I don't know if these will be ones I actually read though, or they'll just be display books. They're very heavy. Whew. So I picked up the Hogwarts. The Hogwarts, you like how I called it the Hogwarts? Harry Potter. This is the Millennia versions of them. And they just like look like really cute fairy tale books. It's like special editions. I just love them. And it has year 1 on the bottom, year 2. So when you stack them up on your bookshelf, it'll look like that. How cute is that? Here's the back of them. And then they have like cute things on the inside too. Like, there's that. The way it's illustrated, it looks so stunning. It has like illustrations. It just looks like a fairy tale book to me. So I got those two, and I think I paid $20 for one of them. And here's the one for Chamber of Secrets. Pretty much the same type of thing. There's illustrations in it too. How cool is this? I love that. I don't know if I would ever read these like this. Maybe if I would started reading them to my son, I would. Because I feel like he would probably enjoy that better with having like illustrations, because he's so young, with having like illustrations and stuff. And it even has this thing where you can move things in it and stuff. So I just thought this would be really cute as like a collectible. And so far all they have out is Chamber of Secrets and Sorcerer's Stone. Prisoner of Azkaban is coming out later this year, so I might pick that up when it comes out. But I found these on like a little sale on Amazon, so I end up picking these ones up. And these next few are going to be ones that my husband got me. So the first one is Colleen and Dark of Night. I believe this is a Christian thriller. It says the law is about justice, not grace. But perhaps Ranger Annie Pearson can find a way to have both. It says as if the last few months haven't been hard enough, complete with threats on her life and the return of her first love, John. Annie has to figure out whether or not to believe a woman who claims to be her sister, Sarah, who was abducted 24 years ago at age 5. Annie's 8-year-old daughter, Kylie, has plenty of questions about what's going on in her mother's life, but there are some stories Annie doesn't want uncovered. As Annie grapples with how to heal the gulf between her and her would-be sister and make room in her daughter's life for John, she's professionally distracted by the case of yet another missing hiker in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. A woman named Michelle Fraser has now been abducted, and though the woman's estranged husband is at the top of the suspect list, Annie and her colleagues will need to dig deeper to determine whether these recent mysteries are truly as unrelated as they seem. In the second novel, this is the second novel, I didn't realize that. In the second novel of best-selling author Colleen Cobb's latest romantic suspense series, Annie and John must fight for their future and the family that could once more be theirs. So I probably won't read this yet. I love how floppy this book is, by the way. I probably won't read this yet since it's the second one in the series. I didn't realize that. He probably didn't realize that either when he picked it up for me. So that's definitely one I'll probably wait to read. The next one he got me was My Hope Next Door, which this is a Christian contemporary romance, I believe. It says, can love grow in the shadow of a troubled past? Former bad girl Katie Stone can feel the weight of her reputation settle over her as she drives home for the first time in years. Feeling deeply guilty about her past mistakes, Katie wants to do the right thing for once. But the small town where she grew up is not nearly as forgiving as she'd hoped. Despite all, she's determined to help her parents cope with her mother's recent illness, and Katie finds a surprising ally in the man next door. Asher Powell never minded being the son of a small-town pastor until a recent breakup leaves him wounded by lifelong members of his church. He remembers his new neighbor as a mean-spirited high school troublemaker, but he senses that her newfound faith and desire for forgiveness are sincere. Through an unexpected friendship, two people from different worlds find peace, hope, and a second chance they never dreamed was possible. So that sounds really good too. And then he got me this book also, which I think this is a Christian historical romance, or maybe it's a fantasy. I don't remember. It says it's a Decoratel Court of Swans by Melanie Dickerson. Here's what that book looks like. It says, where there is wealth and power, there's always someone willing to do anything to take it. England, 1381. Delilah's idyllic life as daughter of an earl is shattered when her father dies. Oh, the book is ripped. I just realized that. And his wife accuses Delilah's 7 brothers of treason and murder. The youngest is only 10 years old, but it doesn't stop the guards from hauling them off to the Tower of London. There they await a grim fate as child King Richard II is executing anyone who possesses a threat to his throne. Delilah is their only hope for pardon and freedom. Sir Geoffrey did not expect his first assignment as captain of the guard to be the arrest of boys so young. He dutifully imprisons the brothers, but he can't ignore the sense rooted in personal experience that injustice and treachery are at work. Determined to rescue her brothers, Delilah secures a position as a seamstress for the queen. Her quest is all but impossible as executions continue. Sir Geoffrey offers to be her ally, but should she trust him in a court where everyone has an agenda? So there's also Castle of Refuge and Vale of Winter. I hope this is the first one. I don't know. But I feel like this is the first one. So there's that one. That's like a Christian fairy tale, historical romance, I guess you could say. Sounds really good. And then the last thing he got me. Can you tell? He got me the box set of Twilight. Once upon a time when it first came out, I had hardbacks and all of these black hardbacks. But I've seen they have the white ones, and I really like the white ones. I've never read the short Second Life of, is it Michelle Tanner? Bree Tanner. I never read the short Second Life of Bree Tanner, so that would be a new read for me. I did read New Moon, and I thought there was box sets like this that came with New Moon, but not New Moon. Twilight, no. Oh my gosh, Midnight Moon. Midnight Sun, that's what it is. I know there's some of these box sets that come with Midnight Sun, but I couldn't find it on Amazon. So he did get me this. And I do want to create like a little video. Maybe I've seen somebody else doing it, and I was like, oh, I would love to do that. To reread through Twilight and watch the movie after reading each book, and like doing like a little reading vlog on each one. My thoughts now, reading it as somebody who's older versus when I read it when I was a teenager. Because I was a teenager when this came out. This was what, 2008? I was probably still a little old to be reading this at that time, but I loved it. Nonetheless, I loved it. So he got me that to have, and I'm so very thankful because I'm excited. I'm excited to reread them because they were some of my favorites. For some more exciting ones, I got some from Barnes and I keep on wanting to say Barnes and Books A Million. They had, I believe it was buy two get one free on books plus 40% off on box sets. So I did get the Percy Jackson and the Lipians box set, like the limited edition one that has like the really pretty spines. I loved these books, and I might do a vlog rereading these too. and my thoughts on them today, because I love Greek mythology in the first place. So I love reading about Greek mythology. And these were the first ones that I really read that I loved. So I'm very excited. This has a little bit of glue on the spine. And the spines look a little ripped, but hey, what you gonna do when you order online? That's what you get, I guess. So the other two books, the buy two get one free here. I ended up getting both of these books. The Things We Never Got Over and The Things We Hide from the Light to read. I really want to read these. I'm excited. I really like Lucy Score's writing. I was very intimidated by how thick her books are. These are no different because I read first by a thread. Checked it out at my library, and I think it took me at least a whole day before I started reading it because I was very intimidated by how long it was, how thick the book was. I was like, this is probably gonna have some slow parts, and I'll have myself being bored a little bit over it. That didn't happen. I just kept wanting to go back and read more. So people have been hyping up this series, so I picked up these two books. There's a third book coming soon, which I may pick up when it comes out. We'll see. But I did get those two books. I'm surprised the stack hasn't fell over yet. And the most exciting book that I got from Books A Million that I'm so excited to read. I got Fourth Wing. Everybody's hyping this up. Now I didn't get the sprayed edges. I'm sad I missed out on the sprayed edges. And because of that, I've already pre-ordered the sequel, but I haven't even read this. I don't know if I like it. But I've already pre-ordered the sequel that's going to have the sprayed edges. So, I don't normally buy hardback books, because hardback is not my favorite. Paperback is my favorite. I'm just not comfortable reading a hardback book. It's just more comfortable to read. This looks like it's about ready to fall. It's just more... It's more comfortable to me to read a softback book. But I do like that they have like the little map on the inside. I'm sure y'all know, this looks like a longer book too. I'm sure y'all know all about this book. But I didn't even read anything about The Things We Never Got Over. In case y'all were wondering about what these ones were about. So let me go back. The Things We Got Over. Knox Morgan says Naomi Witt is on the run, not from her fiance and a church full of well-wishers, but from her entire life. Although, if you ask her, Naomi's riding to the rescue of her estranged hot mess of a twin, Tina, to knock me out, a rough around the edges town where disputes are settled the old-fashioned way with fists and beer, and usually in that order. Too bad for Naomi, her evil twin hasn't changed at all. After helping herself to Naomi's car and crash, Tina leaves behind something unexpected. The niece Naomi didn't know she had. Now she's a guardian to an 11-year-old going on 30 with no car, no money, and no plan. Oh, Lordy. This is like small town romance too. Excuse me while I peel off the sticker. I hate when they put stickers on books. But here we go. Says there's a reason this bearded bad boy barber doesn't get involved with high maintenance women, especially not type A romantic ones. But since Naomi's life imploded right in front of him, the least Knox can do is help her out of her jam, and just as soon as she stops getting into new trouble, he can leave her alone and get back to his quiet, solitary life. At least that's the plan. So this is like a small town romance too. So I want to lift all these, see if I can lift them all up and show them all to you, but I feel like I'm going to drop them if I do that. And I would be devastated if I bent any of these books. But here is Fourth Wing now. I'm so excited for this one. I'll read you the little synopsis here. It says 20-year-old Violet, I cannot pronounce that last name, Sorgengale, was supposed to enter the scribe quadrant, living a quiet life among books and history. Now the commanding general, also known as her toughest Talon's mother, has ordered Violet to join the hundreds of candidates striving to become the elite of Navarre, dragon riders. But when you're smaller than everyone else and your body is brittle, death is only a heartbeat away, because dragons don't bond to fragile humans, they incinerate them. With fewer dragons willing to bond than cadets, most would kill Violet to better their own chances of success. The rest would kill her just for being her mother's daughter, like Xaden was Rorson, the most powerful and ruthless wing leader in the Riders Quadrant. She'll need every edge her wits can give her just to see the next sunrise. Yet, with every day that passes, the war outside grows more deadly. The kingdom's protective wards are failing, and the death toll continues to rise. Even worse, Violet begins to suspect leadership is hiding a terrible secret. Friends, enemies, lovers, everyone at the Basgith War College has an agenda. Because once you enter, there are only two ways out: graduate or die. So it sounds really good, right? It has the map on the back too. I'm curious if this is gonna hopefully this is as good as everybody is claiming it is, because I'm very excited to read this. Now we can go off to the last thing. It's almost 40 minutes long, so sorry this has been such a long video. Hopefully you haven't clicked out yet. So now I'm off to my Target haul where they had these books on sale. I thought this was also buy two get one free sale, but I don't actually remember, to be honest. So I got these. This is the Dreamland Billionaires series. Everybody's been talking about these two: the fine print, terms and conditions, and the final offer. I got all three of them because I wanted them all. I'll read the first one to you so you can get like an idea, because this is like, think Walt Disney World. Here's what the chapters look like at the beginning. So there's like coasters and stuff. Here it says, Rowan, I'm in the business of creating fairy tales, theme parks, production companies, 5-star hotels. Everything could be all mine if I renovated Dreamland. My initial idea of hiring Zara was good in theory, but then I kissed her. Things spiraled out of control. Once I texted her using an alias. By the time I realized where I went wrong, it was too late. People like me don't get happy endings. Not when we're destined to ruin them. Then Zara, after submitting a drunk proposal criticizing Dreamland's most expensive ride. I should have been fired. Instead, Rowan Kane offered me a dream job. The catch? I had to work for the most difficult boss I ever met. Rowan was rude and completely off limits, but my heart didn't care. At least not until I discovered his secret. It was time to teach the billionaire that money couldn't fix everything, especially not us. So this is like enemies to lovers. Grumpy is Sunshine, I guess. Romance novels. And they're based on different people. Like it says Rowan and Zara. In terms and conditions, it's Declan and Iris. And then in the final offer, it's Callahan and Alana. So, yes. I'm excited to read these ones. Just mainly because I love Disney. Walt Disney World, Walt Disneyland, theme parks, and stuff like this. Romances. So, you mix them all together and you get these ones. Yes, please. I'm very excited for these. Now I'm going to see if I can probably fix this shelf down here where I have like all my perfume boxes. I'm going to see if I can fix this shelf here where I have all my perfume boxes lined up. And I'm going to see if I can maybe make some room for at least half or 3/4 of that. I don't know where I'm going to put the boxes at. But half or 3/4 of that, just so I can put these books on that shelf. Because I have nowhere else to put them. So I need to make room somewhere. Just like all the body care I got from the SAS haul. I literally have nowhere to put it. They're still in like bags and boxes. So that's wonderful. Anyways, I hope you guys... So here I am again, coming to interrupt you before I finish at the end of the video. Because I forgot that there was more books that I ordered. And they came in the mail today. And I just went outside and got them. So... I ordered these off of eBay because it was the only place I could find them, and it was the cheapest place too. It was like, I want to say $20 or $30 for these. I got the full Lux series. Here we have Lux Beginnings, which has the book Obsidian and Onyx. Then we have Lux Consequences, which has Opal and Origin. And then you have the Lux Opposition, which it says it even includes the novella the prequel novella where you can see where it all began. Shadows is included inside this one. So I have actually never read these books. I've seen somebody recommending them on BookTube. One of the people I watch on BookTube was recommending them when she was talking about her favorite YA novels when she was growing up, and she said that these were a lot like Twilight, but it's with aliens and stuff instead of vampires. I thought I could just read the little synopsis on the first one, which is Obsidian, so you can kind of get like a feel of what the books are about. So on Obsidian, it says there's an alien next door, and with his looming height and eerie green eyes, he's hot until he opens his mouth. He's infuriating, arrogant, stab-worthy. But when a stranger attacks me and Damien, literally freezes time with a wave of his hand. He marks me. Turns out he has a galaxy of enemies wanting to steal his abilities, and the only way I'm getting out of this alive is by sticking close to him until my alien mojo fades. If I don't kill him first, that is. Wow. So that sounds good. It sounds really good. It almost makes me think of if you've ever seen the Roswell series from back in the day with Max and Isabel, and it was aliens and humans. Kind of make me think of the same type of story going on here, because it's aliens that look like humans. And I just love, this is the special edition cover, and if you look at it, I don't know if it's showing up in the sunlight, but it's kind of like iridescent. It looks really cool. But so that's the last of the books that I'm going to be getting for a very long time, because I'm not buying any more books until I read all these books, which mentions I'll try to insert this after I was already talking about redoing my shelf, because I redid my shelf already. As you can see here, I have all my books lined up here. There's a little bit of perfumes there on the end, and then I have my little XOXO sign that I love. It's a really cute girly sign, which is probably gonna have to move to the top of the books or something, because I'll be putting these Lux novels there, and I'm sure those Lux novels will take the little bit of space that I have left there next to Fourth Wing. But yeah. Anyways, that is all for this interruption, and back to Betsy of the past. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, should I try to at least lift this? I lifted a little bit. That was not all of them, but I lifted a little bit of it because I wanted something really cute for the thumbnail. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up down below. Also, in the comments down below, let me know if you have any of these books and what you think of any of these books that I've mentioned. So it was quite the birthday haul. I spent my whole birthday month living it up and buying books, mainly that my library didn't have, like the Elsie Silver ones my library didn't have. They do have the Lucy Square ones, but it had like there was like 130 people on that wait list. Same way with the Fourth Wing. There was like 130 people on the wait list, and I don't even think they had the fine print. I could be wrong. They might have had it. But there's some of these that they didn't have. Love and Other Words had a long wait list too. They didn't have like The Best Summer of Our Lives, which I think is also like a Christian novel too. I think Rachel Hawk is a Christian author, but it's just such a mix of everything between between romance, Christian novels, and fantasies. I'm just, I'm so excited to read all these books. So, anyways, please if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, because I'm going to be doing videos on every single one of those books and telling you what I think about all of them. Definitely lots of reading vlogs to come. Maybe some dedicated, like I was talking about the Twilight one, where I'm going to read the books and maybe do a vlog on each one, on each book I'm reading, plus me maybe watching the movie. It'll be me watching the movie again for the first time in a long time. I've rewatched the movies more than I've read the books. I think I've read the books only through once, but I've rewatched the movies hundreds of times. I can't even count. More times than I can count. But Anyways, I hope you guys are having a great day night. I'm going to shut up and let y'all go. So I hope you guys are having a great day night weekend whenever it is you're watching this. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.